My brothers and sisters, greetings. Today we celebrate the 17th Sunday in Ordinary Time. The version of the Lord's Prayer we hear in St. Luke's Gospel is slightly different from the one we use at Mass, which follows St. Matthew's version, especially chapter 6, verses 9 through 12. We should not be surprised at the difference. For one thing, the prayer is so important that we may rightly presume that Jesus taught it on several occasions, and most likely not always in exactly the same words. For another, the prayer had been part of the liturgy for over a generation before any of the gospel was written. The prayer was offered by memory and consequently with slightly variations, until St. Luke and St. Matthew wrote down the version in common use in their respective communities. Yet, St. Luke's version is essentially the same but a little shorter. St. Luke connects it with an encouragement to persevere in prayer and not quit. Perseverance in prayer was the point of today's first reading, where Abraham kept asking God to spare the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah if he could find just a few innocent people there. Don't you wonder what God would have done if Abraham had not persevered and had not stopped at the number 10, but continued to bargain with God? As it was, there were 4 innocent people in the 2 cities: Lot, his wife, and 2 daughters, and God sent an angel to lead them to safety. Although Lot's wife disobeyed the angel and turned around to look. So we can say perseverance in prayer is one of the most important lessons we need to learn if we are going to grow spiritually. In our world today, we see how people really they are hate to wait for things. They are always in a hurry. But that includes waiting for God, although we also know that in life we do not accomplish anything worthwhile without patience and perseverance. At the end of today's gospel, Jesus said, "Ask and you will receive." He doesn't say you might receive or maybe you will receive, but you will receive. What he is saying that no prayer is wasted. Prayer cannot fail to bring some blessing, even if it's not the thing we think we need most. If we truly believe God is all-wise and all-loving, then we have to conclude that if we don't receive what we have asked for, God has something better in mind. Partly why people give up on prayer is they do not have this faith in God's wisdom and love. Prayer will always work for us in some marvelous way, my brothers and sisters. We must trust the Lord in that. He will never fail us. We need to obey and believe in Him. Once we do that, no matter what happens in our lives, let us believe God will transform it, God will change it in the right way, because God knows better than us, and what He wants us to do is to have confidence, is to persevere. May God bless you.